Good morning, everybody. Okay, so I am going to be doing a book review today, and it's going to be on Debbie MComber, Cottage by the Sea. You see that? There you go. Cottage by the Sea. This is actually a fairly new book. I got this from my public library, which through all this is actually, they've been really awesome. Let me tell you, they've been really awesome. They're doing curbside pickup. So I had this book literally since January because I was reading it and I was supposed to return it probably in March, but because of the pandemic right now, they just shut everything down and I couldn't return the book. So they extended it out all the way till July, which today I'm returning the book. That's why I'm quickly doing this review. This review is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. This book is about a young woman who is a PA, and she loses her family. I'm not going to tell you how, but she loses her family. So she goes back to the only place she knew the last time she was happy, which was at a beach. And they rented this little cottage every year when she was growing up as a teenager. So she went back there, rented this place, and she just met all these great people. I'm trying not to spoil it for anybody because it's the road she goes down to get where she ended was amazing. There was times I had to put the book down just for probably a few days or so that I put it back up, put the book down for a few days, just because of work. And other stuff I'm doing. So this book, I sat, I think, for the last week. I have sat and I have put this like this. There you go. So I sat down and I looked at my husband every night. I'm like, I am going to finish this book. I'm going to finish this book. So I did. I'm happy that I did because I am now on another book of hers. This author is amazing. My grandmother reads this author. She is actually a Christian author, which I did not know until I started reading up on her. She has other books out. Mainly, I saw, like, every time I see her name, it was always a Christmas book. I'm like, I don't want to read a Christmas book during the summertime. I want a summertime book. So I love reading books in the seasons. Now, down here in Florida, we have 2 seasons: summer, spring. That's it. Summer, spring. So I read summer books all year round, basically. Now, when it comes time for Christmas, I head over to Karen Kingsbury. But I am reading her books still. I'm still in that one series. I'm stuck on a book because I just keep picking up more books. I try to get back into it, and for some reason, I can't. I don't know why it's bugging me. I'm also reading Tim Tebow's book. I actually have another book of his, and it's just been bugging me. And I also read Helen Hildebrand. It is so early. And she does really good books too. So when I read another book of hers, I'll be doing another book review on her. See, I have some type books. This is a book I actually own. But I have a little bookshelf. I have bookshelves who has bookshelves all around their house? I do. That's my husband crazy. Absolutely crazy. He told me no more books. I cannot bring any books home. Well, guess what? Library. So, um, and plus, when it comes time for like birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, I look at him and go, "Hey, you know what you can get me? You can give me a book." And he just rolls his eyes and goes, "Okay." So, I am going to probably be buying more of her books. The book I am reading now is called Window by the Bay, and it's from the library. Um, I always say this in my book reviews. I highly, highly, highly recommend people to get the book. To go, not get the book, get the book and read it. There's some stuff in here that if I tell you guys too much, it's gonna ruin the book. Okay. Um. So, like I said, it's about a PA, young PA, fresh out of college. Um, moves back. She was living I think she was living in LA. Yeah, she was living in LA. She moved back to Seattle because she was from Seattle. And I have a friend that lives in Washington, so it's like, okay, I just wonder if it's an actual town because some authors do do books based on the actual town. Who knows? But like I said, the PA, she used to live in, um, she used to live in, it's so early, LA, and she went to Seattle. Okay. She lost her parents, lost her whole family in a tragic accident. So she went back to the only place she knew she was last, she was very happy. Lots of memories, lots of, because it's all happened so fast. It was like one day they were there, one day they're not. So she was trying to make sense of everything. Of course, she was in a lawsuit and stuff like that. But she goes to this little town on the beach. And she sits there and literally rents this home that she used to go with her family. And she meets all these people and she makes a huge impact on these other people. She does get into some trouble. But she gets like a slap on the wrist. Hey, don't do that. I am have to watch you. But through it all, her boss is seeing how she is just touching people. And there are some times I actually just busted out laughing. So it is a romance book. So there's fun. It's romance. It's funny. It's sad. It's amazing. That's all amazing books right there. When you have sad, funny, inspiration, love. I'm a Hallmark fan. And my son goes, oh, you watch movies that love saves the day. And it's true. But this book is amazing. I can't. I can't wait to give you. I'll show you guys the other book. Hold on. Here's the other book that I'm reading. It's by the same author, and it's Windows by the Bay. So I can't wait to give you guys the book review on this. I just can't wait. It's amazing. So far, so good. I'm on the first chapter. So give me some time. Give me some time. And I'll have that book review up probably in the next couple months. Or not couple months, but probably the next month. Just give me a month. Because I have it for like, I think I have it for like 6 weeks or something. I'm gonna try to finish it in 6 weeks. So this book, I said, it's amazing. I'm gonna return it today, because they finally did the curbside, which is amazing because you just roll up to the library. And I hope your guys' library is doing this because it's fantastic. It's genius, actually. Because there's actually been times where I didn't feel like going into the library. I'm like, I've always like, can they just do a curbside or something like that? Took a pandemic, but they did. So they do a curbside. So you pull up, there's a number on a sign that you call, and they pick up and they're like, okay, so you give them your name, your library card number. I think it's a 4 last digits, your library card number. And then you give them what car you're in, and they come out. They have a bag and it has all your books in it. And they put that bag either in your trunk or your back seat. And they say they have a great day, they close it, and you go. So that's what I did yesterday. Today I'm just going to return it because they have the book drops open Monday through Friday. So I'm going to go do that later on today. The house will have to run to Publix. But this book was amazing. I can't wait to read her others. I hope you guys enjoy it. And guys, have a great day. Try to stay safe through all this. And I'll be doing more videos this weekend. Probably not on my husband's computer. So I'll be back on my little phone. Speaking of my phone, let me show you how this is what I've been doing it's very dirty. But this is what I've been doing my my videos on. So today I kind of like snuck on my husband's computer. But this is what I've been doing my videos on. And it actually works out pretty well. Let me tell you. This probably gives the best videos in this thing. I don't know. So if there's a certain book that you guys want me to read, do a shout out down in the comments. Hit the subscribe button. If you're brand new, hit the subscribe button. I talk about more than just books. I talk about basically anything besides politics. I can't stand to talk about politics. So if there's a certain book that you guys want me to read, drop it down and I will give it an attempt. If I can find the book, I will give it an attempt to read it. And if I can't, I'll go, hey, I can't find this book. And we'll go on we'll see from there. I do get my books from Amazon. When I do the Amazon books, I do the mom and pop books. I don't do the full price. I go drop down. If you drop down, you'll see where it says, buy this book for like $1.99. My dog's looking at me. And you can just scroll, and that's all mom and pop. Sometimes there's thrift stores on there that are just trying to get rid of their books. There's little mom and pop bookstores on there. And I buy from Thrifty Books a lot. I don't have any over here that I bought from. I do go to Barnes and Noble. I do go to Barnes and Noble, Borders when it was around. Books of a Million, I think when it was around. Um, and I saw a comment popped up. It wasn't nothing towards what I was reading or what I'm doing. But I buy my books from the public library. They have Friends of the Library. If your local library has that, you can usually get your books for like 25 cents. 25 cents, I think, on paper books, and it's like 50 cents on the hardcover. Which I get a lot of the hardcover, and I do get some paperbacks. I don't like paperbacks just because they don't last very long. When I'm reading, I'm really hard on books, so I'll like bend the if it's a here's a paperback right here. So if it's paperback, I'll like literally like bend the book like this just to read it like that. I don't have to use two hands. I'm really hard on my books, and I will read the book over and over and over and over and over. And after a while, as you guys know, paperbacks can just get distorted and all that. So I go for hardcover. I love hardcover books. I also love this plastic, which I was talking to somebody at work. I'm like, I wish that I can get the books, all my hardcover books in this plastic. And they said go to a laminate store. So try the laminate stores if you like the books that you get from the library that are yes, they do make it shiny. As you can see, it makes it shiny. But the books seem to last longer when they're in this film. So it's a laminate. So I'm gonna go and try to find one of these days. I'm gonna go out and find the laminate and just do all my hardcover books in the laminate. I know that books are starting to get hard to find because of the Kindle and all that. So if there is that book that you want me to read, I will find it. Even if it's on a Kindle, I will try to read it on the Kindle. I don't like to read on the Kindle just because it's not an actual book. I love the feel. Who loves the feel and the smell and just the page, just flipping the pages and hearing them flip? That's me. So if you're anything like me, you're wanting the little mom and pop stores to stay around for a while. So that's what I'm doing. I support my mom and pop bookstores. I support my whole local library. If it wasn't for them, kids that don't have anything won't be able to get to the library or get the books. I've seen so many kids, and parents when I was going to the library with my son. I would talk to some parents and everything, and they would go, "Yeah, if it wasn't for this library, my kid wouldn't be able to read." And I just thought, that's a blessing for those families. I know when I was growing up, we didn't have a lot, but my grandparents and my mom always made sure we had books, though, because one thing that I've learned growing up, and I try to instill in my kids, is that reading is a blessing. And yes, the schools teach you how to read, but truthfully, I think that because I was reading so much as a child, that I think my reading's gotten better because of the local library, Barnes and Nobles, my parents, my grandparents, instilled that in me. Reading is a virtue. Like, reading is something that you have to use. And kids will sit there and go, "Why do I have to read?" Because without reading is also a way you get your education. So you read like a biography, you read there's like different books out there, you have your encyclopedias, you have your dictionaries. I know that as a kid actually used to read a dictionary in school. Um, if I read all the books that the teacher had and we haven't gone to the library yet, I would just pull out a dictionary and I would write down words, and I would try to remember those words, and just, I wanted to know what certain words meant. So if I was reading a book and I came across a word that, I didn't know, I would pull my my dictionary out. So on my desk at school, I had my dictionary, my thesaurus, and I literally had my book. And the teacher just looked at me like, really? That's one of my memories I had. I think I was in 3rd grade. It is a memory that I have. And my teacher was like, okay. My dream job has always been to work in a library. And now that I work in healthcare, I seem to enjoy healthcare, but they also have a library there that I seem to like just migrate to sometimes. Like on my breaks and stuff, I'll go in there just for the peace and the quiet. And there's times I take my book in there during my breaks. Right now, that library is not open. But I would take my books in there. When I'm on my breaks, I'll go find like a quiet place just to read. And I always have a book with me. I'm one of those that will carry a book around. I'll carry a book around with me. I'll carry it in my backpack. When I'm going on hiking, I carry a book. Don't ask why. I just do. I've made it important in my life to have a book on me. You never know when you're going to be in a situation that you have to wait. I always have a book on me. I have broken down several times in a car, and I'll be sitting on the side of the road. My phone would go dead because the car is not working. So I regretted all those times I didn't have a book. So now I make it my mission to carry a book on me. I find purses. This is nuts. I find purses that are big enough to fit a book. So when I'm buying a purse, I'll look at it. And if I have a book with me, I will put the book in the purse. Just make sure that purse or that book fits in that purse. And then I'll go, okay, there, yay, I will buy it. Or I won't buy it or whatnot. But I'll make sure that that book fits whatever book I have. And it's usually a hardcover, so the hardcovers are actually bigger. There's my little chihuahua. My hardcovers are bigger than, obviously, my paperbacks. So if it can fit a hardcover book, it'll fit a paperback book. That's how I look at it. So, guys, I know I just dropped a book. So I know I've been going on and on about this for now 24 minutes, but read this book. It's amazing. You will love it. I am sure of it. I fell in love with this book, and she just put out a new book, actually, that is A Walk by the Sea, I think it's called, and it's based at the same town as this book. So this book I would love to see as a series, because then you can, like, what happens to this person, what happens to this person, what happens to this couple, what happens, So I would love, love, love to see this book as a series. And it could be the name of the town series. But I think this book needs to be in a series. It's gonna be raining today, so my focus today is on this book. And from what I've read in the jacket part, and it tells you all about the book. It's about a mother. Her kids go off to college. She's a nurse. She's actually an ICU nurse. So what are the chances of me, first off, to pick up a book that, one, to pick up two books back to back. One's a physician's assistant. Two, an ICU nurse during a pandemic. I was not, honestly, in the jacket. Like when I was, the library did not put that on there. I'm honest to God, the library did not put that on there. When I read through the description, the library, okay, all it said was a mother. Let's see if I can remember the description. A mother divorces her husband after 20 years. Her kids are going off to college. And she's trying to find her place after 20 years of marriage. So, okay, I will read that. So today my focus is to read this book because my husband will be coming home from work pretty soon, and he's working from home again. So, my focus is on this today. So, guys, have a great day. If you guys are in Florida, have a great rainy day. Enjoy your books. Today is a great day to sit here and read a book. And enjoy this weather. Curl up with your blanket. Curl up, with your pet. My pet is right here. My book is right here. I'll put some nice music on and I'll enjoy this day. Because it's not every day that I get a day off in the middle of the week. So yeah. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy. And I will see you guys later. Stay safe.